Hey, it's Paige. Today I'm going to be going through the basic process of printing a linoleum print once you have already carved it. This is part 2 to my other printmaking video, which will be linked here. I don't talk about what products I'm using here, but I talk about all the supplies I have in my first printmaking video. Other than that, let's jump right into it. I cut all my paper for this lino and this lino. I cut all my paper first because once you start printing, you're going to get ink on your fingers, and then if you're trying to mess with paper, you might get ink on it, and that would suck. Alright, so here I'm all set up and ready to start printing. I just need to ink my blocks. So I open up my ink, and I was taught to leave this little wax paperish cover on the ink to help make sure your ink doesn't dry out. And then you grab your brayer and need to spread out your ink. What you're looking for here is the sound it makes. You can hear when is the right sound. That's literally how it was explained to us in class. So here again, you can hear it. It's that perfect sound that you come to know. And I have such a small little block. That cloud is carved away enough that I can keep my hand there and it won't get ink on it. I then again kind of looking for that right consistency, that right look and sound on the block so that I know it has enough ink. And always go multiple directions to make sure you have a nice even coverage and you didn't miss any weird spots or anything. So I've been just using a piece of paper on my press to just make sure there's no ink on it. Normally I would make a registration, but this one was so small, I was like, nah, I got this. I can print this straight. Have ink on my fingers. That was me trying to figure out how to grab the paper without getting ink on it. This is a constant problem with printing. I don't know if longtime lino artists have solutions for this. I struggle with it. I normally try to keep one hand clean, but it's been a long time since I've printed. Got the paper on, got the fabric mat that's between. This was my first time using this press, and you can tell I struggled a little bit. I don't know how I struggled this hard because every other time I've used it, I really don't know what I was doing wrong there. Give it a nice little squeeze, opening it up and flipping that fabric back off. And I always love this moment. It is either the best or worst feeling if it turns out well or not. You can tell I had a little gasp. I was really happy with it. And then this was the next day. All of these are dry and I'm additioning them. So on that side I wrote 2022, and then however many there are, addition it. So 1 out of 8, 2 out of 8, 3 out of 8, like that. And then I sign the far corner. Artists addition them different ways. The title of the piece on the left, and then their name on the right, and the date. The way I do it is how I was taught in my printmaking class, and that is how I continue to do it. So in this video, I didn't talk about the cleanup process. That is because I don't really have a process for cleanup at my at-home printing setup because I don't really have a good setup at the place I am. When I took a printmaking class, they taught us how to clean, and oil-based inks like this Gamblin ink that I'm using, you use vegetable oil and dish soap like Dawn to clean up, but there's a lot more nuance to it. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe below.